So you might be asking yourself, how do I find these really nice looking icons for my website? And I'm going to tell you how. Google is your friend. You can do Google search. This is a website that I really like. It's called iconarchive.com. And if you just go to iconarchive.com, they actually have tons and tons and tons of different icons. If we skip through, if we look at RoboBunny Attack here, the coming soon page, I've got 3 social media icons here. So let's look at the social media icons. If I go under categories, I can go to social network icons here. And here we have tons and tons of different types of icons, and these are, you can see how like people give permission for you to use these, which is so cool, I think. So let's have a look. I chose black gloss social, which looked kind of cool to me. You can go ahead and choose any icon set you want, and what you have here is a little description of the icon set. Whoops, sorry, and some advertising, and you'll see there'll also be like licensing information here. In this case, this is freeware and commercial use is allowed, so I know I've got permission to download this. This sounds awesome. And then this shows you this set contains 15 icons here. These are all the ones, and I want a Facebook icon, I want a Twitter icon, and I want a YouTube icon. So that's awesome. That's exactly what I want. So to download this, I'm going to click on right here, download file. Okay, the formats it's telling me, formats inside are the PNG. All of these are in PNG format. That's perfectly fine. We know that that's one of the 3 formats that image formats that are acceptable to use on web pages. So I'm going to click the download button, and this is downloading straight to my default downloads folder. That didn't take too long at all. Let's go to my downloads folder and see. There it is right in there. It's a RAR, a compressed file. Let's double click on that to open it up. Oh, I'm opening this for the first time. Yeah, open it. It's totally fine. Go for it. There we go. Okay, and now let's just move that to the desktop to make life a bit simpler. So here is my folder. And let's open it up. And oh, things are organized. These folders are all organized in a slightly different way. It depends on how the author did it. But here what you see is there's 3 folders inside here. One of them says 64 pics. Another one says 128. Another one says 256. And I'm guessing that that means that we've got a bunch of different, we've got different sizes of images here, of icons. And so I'm going to pick, I think I'm going to say, let's open one of these up and just see. Let's take a look at the Facebook one. So there's the Facebook icon, and yeah, that looks pretty darn similar to what I'm looking for, isn't it? Let's just compare that here. I'm going to move that, and that looks identical. Okay, so that's the icon that I want. So I know that I want all my icons to be 64 pics. I'm assuming that's what it is. I mean, that's why they named it that. Let's actually do a Command I so we can see. Yeah, 64 by 64. That's all good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag these files, the files I want, into my image folder. I'm not going to bother putting all of these in here. I could, but you know, I just want to keep this nice and clean. So I know I want the Facebook one. I also want the Twitter one. And I also want the YouTube one. I could just throw all of them in there in case I change my mind later, but that's up to you. Okay, so I've got these 3 image files in there. That's good. I'm going to go ahead and close that. And so now let's add these to our page, shall we? Where do we want these located? Let's close that and let's see. They're below the email thing, but above the web page design stuff. All right, good. So we're going to put the images right here. So it's just going to be the same code as up here. And I'm actually going to go ahead and start typing image. The first one is going to be, I think we want the YouTube one. And this is where, actually, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to do something smart here. I'm going to just type out this stuff. And Alt equals, there we go. And that means that I can just copy and paste this. I'm going to have 3 of them. I'm just going to copy and paste that. It's going to save me a little bit of time. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is we want to put the source, which is, we know that it's in the images folder, right? And then we just need to see what it's called. Just remind me of the, Let's close that. There we go. Let's just remind me of the actual name of the file. YouTube-64pics.ping. I don't trust myself to actually copy that or type it out correctly, so I'm going to copy that. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that, copy the entire name, and then I'm going to go back to here. There we go. Okay? Copy and paste is your friend. We know from when we looked it up that the width is 64 and the height is 64. And a good alt name for this would just be YouTube. There we go. Next, what's the next one that we want? If we go here, next one is Twitter. All right, so let's go. We know it's going to be called Twitter. Let's see what it's called. Twitter-64. I'm going to copy all that. Copy. Let's go back here. There we go. A lot of copying and pasting. If you're smart, try to do more copying and pasting. Get good with your copy and paste. Try not to type this stuff out. And then alt would be Twitter. All right. And then finally, what's the other one? We've got Facebook. Okay, so let's copy that. And it's inside the images folder, so I'm going to go images. Oh, see what I did there? I wrote the wrong thing. Wow. You know, even I'm a good example of someone who maybe sometimes doesn't pay attention to detail. So, you know, it's good practice for me to do this. Okay, and then width is 64, height is 64, and alt tag is going to be Facebook. Now, I'm going to save all that. Probably wondering about something. You're seeing how all these are like just side by side, but how come here I've got them one on top of the other? Right? Well, that's because again, the web browser is going to ignore any paragraph like any line breaks or anything like that when it comes to images. It treats paragraphs. Paragraphs are called block level elements, and they're actually going to they're going to start a new line for every paragraph, so the browser knows to put that on the next new line. But images are all treated inline. Like the browser is going to put all those images next to each other if they're just starting with the first one and just going down. Okay, and let me prove that to you. I'm going to go here. I'm going to hit reload. There we go. There's our 3 images right there. So. Yeah, we're getting there. We're actually coming closer and closer to an actual website. Gosh darn it. How cool is that? All right. That's all I got for you right now. I hope that you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time.